With all our hearts, we pray and ask. God bless Anambra. God bless the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only ones to make her better, the only
Madam Obiano, the Executive Governor of Anambra State, Your Excellency, thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem.
Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the status of water supply, sanitation, and hygiene in Nigeria have been on the decline in recent times. Your Excellency will be keen to note that since late 2019, Nigeria was adjudged as the #1 country globally with respect to open defecation practices. And this is not far from the fact that over 47 million persons lack access to safely managed sanitation and toilet facilities, which implies that about 47 million Nigerians practice open defecation. It was an attempt to address the decay in wash sector that the Federal Ministry of Water Resources Abuja developed water sanitation and hygiene action plan for the revitalization of the sector in February 2018. After close analysis of the national water status showed us, according to the Joint Monitoring Program report, Nigeria ranks among countries with less than 25% of the population having access to safely managed drinking water, and less than 65% of the population having access to basic drinking water services. Similarly, the multiple indicators cluster survey put access to safely managed water supply at 3.7%, with less than 50% of Nigerian population having access to basic sanitation and hand washing facilities. Also, with an estimated population of 49 million still practice open defecation. It was based on the above wash status that His Excellency the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria launched the National Wash Action Plan document in November 8, 2018, and declared the state of emergency in the wash sector, and also constituted the Inter-Ministerial Steering Committee to champion the campaign. Your Excellency will be interested to note that the national plan stipulates 3 major criteria for states to participate and benefit in the wash sector revitalization campaign, which includes declaration of wash sector emergency by Your Excellency, inauguration of Inter-Ministerial Wash Steering Committee to be chaired by Your Excellency or Your Designate, and the above steps will make our state eligible to participate and benefit in the National Wash Fund estimated to be about $700 million. Your Excellency, we also be pleased to note that a letter of expression of interest has been sent to the Honorable Minister of Water Resources for our commitment to the declaration of state of emergency in water sector, in line with the presidential directive. However, obviously imperative that Your Excellency makes an open national public pronouncement to that effect. Your Excellency will permit me to enumerate some of the giant strides your administration has rolled out towards addressing the issue in the state wash sector. Your Excellency has granted approval for the revitalization of the Greater Onitsha water supply scheme using public-private partnership model. Your Excellency has also approved the award of facility management contract to the Anambra Regional Water Supply Scheme, approved the modeling of other big water supply schemes for concession to interested vendors. All these approvals, His Excellency gave all these approvals to ensure sustainability in water sector. Approved the provision of 150 different categories of water projects across the 3 territorial districts with special reference to vulnerable communities. Approved continuous assessment and rehabilitation of non-functional boreholes across the state with special attention to school wash projects. Continuously giving support to the campaign on personal hygiene promotion with respect to effective and regular hand washing behavior. Provision of continuous assistance towards sensitization against open defecation practices and promotion of access to safely managed sanitation facilities. Fast-tracked our enrollment into the B-Wash and sustainable wash by signing the protocol and commitment letter respectively. Also, in partnership with EU and Unicef, the state has achieved the following. Constructed and rehabilitation of Otuacha and Lubisi regional water schemes in Anambra East and Agwata LGAs respectively. Construction of water and sanitation facility in 10 small towns, namely Akpo, Bologu, Ule, Umuona, and Doreen, in Agbata local government. Then Umutolu, Umweri, Enugu Aguleri, Igwezulu Aguleri, Umuobanam, and Epunando in Anambra East LGA. Provision of 35 units of solar power rural water supply schemes in Agwata LGA under WSSRP2. Provision of 29 units of solar powered rural water scheme in Anambra East LGA under WSSRP2. Provision of 16 units solar powered rural water scheme in Idemili South LGA under WSSRP2. And I provision of 13 units of solar power rural water supply scheme in Unewi North LGA under WSSRP2. Crowning of Her Excellency Chief Mrs. Obiano as State Wash Ambassador by the European Union in 2016. And I am very proud to let you know, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, that Her Excellency has single-handedly constructed over 60 wash facilities around the state. She is surely the most worthy and most deserving wash ambassador of all times. Provision of wash facility in about 50 primary schools of Agwata, Anambra East, Idemili South, and Unewi North. Complete rehabilitation of 13 units of non-functional water facility in Anambra East and Agwata AGAs. Launching of dissemination of Anambra State Open Defecation Free Roadmap across 3 senatorial districts in 2018. Ongoing activity by Unicef to make Anambra East open defecation free LGA in the state. Rehabilitation of 116 non-functional boreholes across the state. Strengthening and restructuring of wash units in 21 LGAs of Anambra to the west. Your Excellency, we also be reminded that the President also launched a campaign against open defecation in 20th November 2019. Termed Clean Nigeria, Use the Toilet, that will help our country to exit from first position of countries practicing open defecation by 2025. It is also requested of our state to join in that national campaign of Clean Nigeria, Use the Toilet, by also launching it today. This will enable our state to align with the national guidelines, and our state slogan will be Clean Anambra, Use the Toilet. Finally, Your Excellency, we agree with me that access to safe and improved wash facilities, we address the Sustainable Development Goal 6A and 6B accordingly. And being an enabler in the economic movement, we continue to attract investment. To investors, and Anambra State will continue to remain the first choice investment destination. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you so much.
It is indeed an honor and a privilege to be standing here and sharing a few words on behalf of Unicef on what I would say is a unique day in the history of WASH in the state of Anambra. Today we are in a way creating a moment for Anambra State by gathering and galvanizing for three significant events or three significant milestones in the journey of WASH. The launch of the Clean Anambra Use the Toilet campaign, launch of emergency on WASH, and also the constitution and launch of the Interministerial Steering Committee on WASH. So congratulations especially to the state for ensuring that all of these three pillars are in place in the journey of WASH in the state. As we all know that the Federal Ministry has declared the state of emergency on WASH too, and launched the Clean Nigeria campaign to accelerate progress towards an ODF country by 2025. And what it means by that is every state will have to sign up to this campaign and also become open defecation free by the year 2025. It has also established the PWASH funds, actually I would say a PWASH program. Part of that is the PWASH funds, which is essentially meant to co-finance the state's commitment to accelerate WASH, but it has also put the conditionalities for accessing these funds, which the state is actually fulfilling today by declaring three major milestones, right? Your Excellency, under your leadership, the state has made significant improvements in the WASH sector. Honorable Commissioner has already listed some of the state's achievements, including the areas in which Unicef has contributed in the last few years under WSSRP program funded by EU. This has been a very rewarding journey, rewarding engagement, and rewarding relationship between EU, Unicef, and the state in the last few years. And that has not only resulted in these outputs that the Honorable Commissioner has just listed in terms of improving access to water and sanitation, but largely it has also built institutional capacity to deliver WASH in the state. It has built capacity of RUASA, it has built the capacity of local government institutions, the LGA WASH units, and also the community in the LGAs to become open defecation free and also to manage water points and water sources, sustainably manage that. So it has got a multi-pronged result for the investments that UNICEF has made so far. Though the WSSRP program supported by EU has ended last December, UNICEF has not abandoned the state. We are continuing to support the state, and starting with this event of today, we have also committed to ensuring that we do all the interventions that are required to make Anambra East open defecation free. So in about 2 months' time, largely around February, March, we should see Anambra East as the first local government in the state of Anambra to become ODF. Here and as we are talking here today, the team already is there out in the field actually doing the work of community mobilization and creating demand and triggering demand for sanitation. So that I'm sure is a big achievement for the state. Yes, but still a lot needs to be done. Your Excellency, about 672,000 people in the state are still defecating in the open. And about 70% of the population, and if you just have your results, the results of the 2018 norm survey in front of you, about 70% of the population in the state do not have access to hand washing facilities, and during COVID-19 time this is extremely important. And Clean Nigeria campaign, which was launched by the Honorable President last year, has just completed 1 year, but Anambra has no open defecation of the LGA yet in the last 1 year, which means that we really need to accelerate progress. And I'm just trying to draw your attention, despite lots having been done, there still is a long way to go. Your Excellency, we need to accelerate our efforts to create a state which can put a stop to openification. And Your Excellency, I just want to draw your attention to the fact that investments in water, sanitation and hygiene pay dividends in public health, in nutrition, in education, we have the Commission on Education here, in gender equality and the environment, making the cost of inaction very high. So if we are to impact all of this, we really need to invest in WASH. This is especially true for children. The state is uniquely positioned to make substantial impact in the lives, health and economy of its future generations through interventions in water, sanitation and hygiene. We need a multi-pronged approach and we need a multi-level approach. For universal access to sanitation, we need results at scale, and I would say that we need investments in few key priority areas. I mean, investments when I say is both human resources, time, financial resources, and everything. So these 5 key are the key accelerators that can be the pathway towards the state's achievement of the ODF state. One is good governance. By that, we want to emphasize on the need for political leadership, on your leadership, on your political will to lead the sector, and especially during these times of COVID-19. We need smart public finances. We need to ensure that WASAs who are mandated to address water sanitation in the communities are well mobilized, who have operational funds to go out to the communities and trigger demand and make sure that, and even in the LGAs, the local government, because this is not a construction program, this is not about counting toilets, it is about behavior change. And that's where we need to invest, we need resources to make sure we can trigger behavior change, because it's not easy. This is a very difficult area that we're talking about. Construction probably, as compared to creating a social norm, is relatively easier than going and actually changing people's behavior. So that needs investment, that needs resources. We need institutional capacities to do the same. We need institutional capacities to make sure that the staff who are at the front line can actually do social mobilization campaigns and behavior change programs. We need reliable data for decision making, and we need innovative financing. We have examples all across Africa, in Uganda, in Kenya, in Rwanda. We have examples of very successful alternative innovative financing for advancing the water sector. We need to study that. We need to kind of replicate some of those models. And we need to change the perception of sanitation from being a standalone issue to one that is impinging on several of the SDGs. And these SDGs are, about women's equality, about health, about energy, education, nutrition, and poverty. So if we invest in WASH, we are actually, in a way, achieving the other SDGs for which we probably, WASH is contributing to the achievement of those SDGs. Your Excellency, sanitation has tangible returns on investment. For example, just to highlight the point that I was making, in summary, Your Excellency, we have a couple of key requests or asks from you. Is alongside declaring emergency on WASH, which you will be doing today, we urge you to please make appropriate allocations for the sector in terms of release of the budgets. And that release of the budget will actually fetch the PWASH funds, which will co-finance it 100%. So that's something that we appeal to you, and that will actually invigorate and accelerate the sector, because that will be required to stay progress. We want you to provide administrative support to RWASA to carry out operational functions and facilitate them to remain active and engaged. And we also request you to please mandate the steering committee to oversee the implementation of plans to make Anambra the first state to be openification free. Anambra can become a statewide ODF, and probably today we can start thinking along those lines, not just simply LGA-wide ODF, but statewide ODF, because the percentage of people who do not have access to toilets is pretty less than many of the other states. So, sir, that is very much possible. Let's make ourselves aspirational and change the target of a statewide ODF. And finally, I would say that sending circulars and directives to all local governments to put in place mechanisms to end openification and to monitor progress on a regular basis. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much once again for this.
We are gathered here today to place the health and medical well-being of Anambra State on the forefront. We are here to open this workshop and inaugurate an inter-ministerial committee on water, sanitation and hygiene, WASH, in Anambra State. We shall also flag off a campaign against open defecation in our great state. In Anambra, all the things I have outlined here make today a very special day to Anambra State. This event is coming against the backdrop of the reported resurgence of COVID-19 across the world. In my thinking, the importance of this event is derived from the fact that clean and healthy habits remain humanity's only armor against all forms of diseases, particularly COVID-19, until a widely accepted vaccine is made available to all. The idea of standing up to fight all unhealthy health habits like open defecation and other unhygienic practices is a timely response to the realities of our day. It is therefore my fervent hope that the launch of an interministerial steering committee on WASH will strengthen our collaborative effort with Unicef to make Anambra State an open defecation-free state and address the critical issues in the public health sector of the state. We are fully aware, however, that water, sanitation and hygiene constitute a major foundation upon which public health stands. We know that when there is no access to water, the pride and dignity of our people suffer a major blow. It is on account of this understanding that my administration has prioritized the provision of potable water to Anambra over the years. This was why, even with the threat of COVID-19, my administration worked very hard to ensure the commissioning of OPC and Otuacha water schemes. These two water schemes have a capacity to supply water to Ilobezi over 24 communities and in the Otuacha area over 9 communities. I've also approved a public-private partnership management structure to the Greater Onitsha Water Scheme with PCI of South Africa to ensure that the challenge of providing potable water to residents of Onitsha is tackled head-on. The company has already started mapping out the routes for the laying of pipelines across the state for effective recirculation of water to areas within its coverage. Ladies and gentlemen, we are doing all this because we realize that no WASH campaign can be effective without an efficient water supply to the people. Lack of potable water can cripple all well-meaning initiatives and open our communities up to a high incidence of disease, infections, and death. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no doubt that our partnership with Unicef will give our people a fighting chance against elements caused by lack of potable water, open defecation, and other poor hygiene practices. Our efforts in this regard are perfectly aligned to Clean Nigerian campaign by the federal government, which aims to end open defecation in Nigeria by the year 2025. We count on our partnership with Unicef and look forward to receiving their continued technical support to enable us achieve our vision and attain the open defecation-free local government across the states, in addition to boosting our capacity to deliver water, sanitation, and hygiene to all residents of our dear state. In Anambra, I must quickly add that our Clean Anambra campaign will miss its target without the support of the leaders of the church and the traditional institutions. Over the years, the church has evolved as a veritable institution for not just the propagation of faith, but the mobilization of the people for positive social changes. Our traditional institutions have also served as the ultimate agency for social development and progress. We count on the support of these two institutions, the the traders associations, the different age grades, and other instruments of change in society to help mobilize our people to imbibe a culture of cleanliness and good personal hygiene. I also call on the organized private sector to lend a hand to this campaign in whichever way they can. I recall with pride that in the heat of the COVID-19 outbreak, Anambra State enjoyed the robust support of the private sector as well as the generosity of our illustrious sons and daughters. However, our WASH campaign is no less important, since Igbo have a saying that which loosely translates to mean prevention is better than cure in English. It has been proven that imbibing the simple habit of regularly washing our hands considerably reduces the risk of contacting diseases. So we need all the support we can get to make this campaign effective. It is on this note, ladies and gentlemen, that I formally inaugurate the Interministerial Steering Committee on WASH, as well as flag off the campaign to end open defecation in Anambra State. I wish to also announce that Operation Clean Anambra, Use the Toilet is our slogan for this campaign. Clean Anambra, use the toilet. Can you repeat after me? Clean Anambra, use the toilet. Thank you very much.